So let's take a look at the meta right now for none other than the Digimon TCG. So we are now unified, so I'm figured I'm going to be looking at both JP and English at the same time, so we'll have a good more variety information coming towards us, and as time goes on, I hopefully get bigger results for you to really just see where we're going. So without further ado, let's dive in the video and talk about it. So guys, let's take a look at everything of the current meta between the two formats. So right now, red, purple Imperial Digimon is dominating with Royal Knights as the backup in JP right now, which we should probably see a kind of 1-for-1 in the English side, but we have purple hybrid following up, but this disappears at the end of the month. Blue armors kind of get bumped up a little bit. Blue green Imperial Digimon probably will start climbing back up. Fenrir Lugas is going to go down a little bit. Dukemon, probably definitely going to see this come up. Desmon, which is, if we look at this, I think this is Jesmon. Definitely expect Jesmon to pop up more on the local scenes. Aquatics, Sakuya, Plant Fairy, Crossheart Chronicles, Necromon. Ooh, Necromon, we definitely have to take a look at some point. So let's take a look here. This was a recent top in JP at a local scene. You know, these are 4 participations. I can't. It looked like a cool little list to look at, but if it's 4 participations, I'm sorry, you can't claim first. Sorry about that. But we had 6 players. Aw, come on. Sometimes the data, this is what we're talking about, you know. Second place out of 6 players, lost to Zephagamon, but I definitely expect armors to kind of pure up more, pop up more, to be honest, and just apply a lot of pressure. Just because the decks are extremely versatile as it is, it has a lot of good protections. Magna X is just that good of a card at the end of the day that you have a great value and synergy across the board. Now, here's one from 14 players, at least we got this one. So Gallantmon is just doing Gallantmon shenanigans with his protection, applying pressure. I love the shininess of the deck. You know, players get to play this deck how they feel like it, and they're using the original X antibody in the list. So that's a very unique way of handling it. I mean, yes, you get Blitz and Raid, if I remember correctly, as options. So yeah, you get to do some crazy shenanigans with the deck and just apply pressure. The deck has great defensive capabilities and removal capabilities. So that is just one great thing about the Gallantmon line, is that it finally got the support it needed to be sticky. And that was the biggest issue at the end of the day. Just no protection. The deck did great removal, but without it, you know, it kind of just fall to the waysides. But, you know, you have Gallantmon X, Royal Knights, Omnimon, and Imperial Digimon Virus as your top 4. Wow. Now, again, another place we're going to be looking is into the Digimon card meta. So this is English and Chinese format. To be honest with you, we're all on the same page at this point, but we have a lot of interesting decks that kind of just topped, right? So without going too crazy, 43 players. Ooh, that is kind of interesting to see out of 43 players. You got 32, you got 21s, 48s. Wow, that's a lot of players to be having an event with. So let's take a look here. This Greymon list in the UK, very, very interesting. You have like Coromon being a key pivotal part because, again, you just get to keep drawing cards. It's been a little bit since we've seen a Greymon list top, so I figured it would be a great time to look at it. So we have Victory Greymon from EX4 in the list. I don't understand, like, why are we playing this card? So delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. For each Digimon your opponent has in play, add 2,000 to the maximum DP you can choose with this effect. And then an opponent's Digimon is deleted. If you have a Tamer in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest DP. Okay, I kind of see what they're going with, especially when you combo it in with Trident Gaia. So yeah, you got some possibilities, and especially with Agumon Bond of Bravery, you know, if you're 2 or if you're security, you can Digivolve for free. for 3 cost, and then on play, when Digivolving, delete any number of your opponent's Digimon whose total DP add up or equal to the less than this Digimon's DP, and you have a Tamer, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. And again, you have the ties to add early aggression with the Agumons, so this has all great values, to be honest with you. So I don't see anything wrong with this list, except for the Victory Gray. To be honest with you, I would not have expected to pull out EX4 bulk for a Victory Gray just to play Greymon deck, right? You know, just having great removal is always great too. The Crimson Blade definitely helps. Blaze helps with the wide boards, and you know, Trident Gaia helps with the big sticky bodies. So at the end of the day, Victory will help remove a couple threats at any given time. So I think the deck has a lot going for it in the right direction. Now, we do have Galaxy. I know people are complaining about Galaxy left and right. You know, this is interesting. Can't have its target change. Mega Seedramon X antibodies started to be teched in, and you know, people went down to 1 of the Hankumon. Again, I think it just comes down to show you this is a major issue more, because the top end is ridiculous. Yes, you have the Ko and Sayo being annoying to deal with because they do a lot of crazy shenanigans, but you know, with Invisimon being a new target that just gets to swing in and just go, haha, I die, you know, just go to the top, makes you have the ability to put in a new level 6, is really scary for a lot of decks to handle right now. So something to think about as well. I think Invisimon was one of the cards that not a lot of people were ready for to be teched in, and Blue Base just open hammed about it. Now, I don't care. Now, taking a look at 3 Great Angels topping in Eagle Nest's Eagle Nest's event just last week. Just taking a look. Luxmon, Pata, Sala, Rapid, Angemon, Gatomon, Magna, Angemon, Ace, Angewomon Ace, Magna, Angemon, and Dominion, plus Shrubimon Ace, Medieval Gallant, Shadow Seraphimon Ace. And then you have like Chaos Volder Arm in the list. Just really solid cards across the board. And the deck has such great protections. I like that the Medieval Gallantmon's in here just to help control board state and stuff as well. I think a lot of players have deterred from 3 Great Angels, but the deck is like new age setcon with their bodies. I think being able to manipulate your life and just punish your opponent by doing what your deck is known to do is really scary, right? And again, Shadow Seraphimon Ace helped with just being able to make a blocker and being able to DDGL 3 one of your opponent's Digimon, and then all turns when attack targets change, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 5,000 DP. So there's not many things that can get over Shadow Seraphimon Ace comfortably. And again, like the protection skills alone, this thing would leave the battle area other than by effects or in battle by trashing the top card of your security stack, prevent it leaving. This protection skill is nuts. I think would be deleted in battle, and giving an heritable barrier on top of it makes it so hard to remove some of these bodies sometimes that your opponent is just really gasping at straws just to kind of win games, because this deck has so much good recovery and good removal for just taking a life. So now we do have none other than we were going to look at Necromon. So this one looks interesting enough. They are teching in 1 Levia, but they have 4 Necromon. I definitely think a Chimeramon was definitely needed for this deck, because if you're going to be spitting out bodies left and right, if you can get 2 level 4s out, boom, Chimera goes right back in, sets you back up to apply more pressure with the Necromon. And I really do like Execute. At the end of the turn, the Digimon may attack, and then at the end of that attack, delete this Digimon. Your opponent unsuspended Digimon can also be attacked with this effect. Being able to attack unsuspended Digimon is really scary, especially if you can give maybe an inheritable Retal. Is really good in every sense of the word, right? You know, all the ghosts are fun to play with, and with Execute being able to do what you do, you know, on deletion, you may play a level 4 or lower Digimon with ghost traits from your trash without paying its cost. This one lets you pay a level 5 or lower. So if you can get your memory back after the Necromon attacks and dies, you know, if you are being able to play 2 level 4s and you get right back in with a Chimera, you can just win games doing that, because again, analog use is going to bring you back to that point. and I think it has a lot going for it in the right direction. Now we do have the none other than Zephaga getting first place, 6-2 in UK is not bad. Zephagamon is another deck that a lot of players are hit or miss on right now, and I think it's a great deck overall. To be honest with you, you don't need medieval gallants for the list. You could just use this at 3 and you should be fine just being able to play out the game how you want. The deck has a lot going for it in the right direction, and your opponent has to answer a lot of these threats. Again, Vortex was a great keyword, being able to, at the end of your turn, the Digimon may attack an opponent's Digimon with this effect. It can attack the turn it was played. So being able to apply pressure the moment it comes in is great as well, because your opponent now has to guess what threat's going to come down with Vortex and just go like, yeah, now I'm attacking into your shit. So that's just kind of how that goes. And now we do have Examon at Eagle Nest getting first place, so it's good to see where Examon's landing too. I definitely think this is a card that you wanted a higher amount, and then you had this ace as well. But taking a look though, Examon has great potential across the board. You know, it's a level 7 deck, but that can use their level 5s as a bridge gap if you don't have them, which is really good in my opinion. We need more support like this, and hopefully as time goes on the deck gets better and better support. I know we get Examon X soon, so that is going to really pop off. And Unleash the Dragon Gene is a great card option as well, but I don't think you're ever removing Davis. Davis is your mem setter, and I think you're just going to want it long term, because there isn't a lot of, you know, red targets that you can't grab, right? This is going to be the only one that you're not going to be able to grab, and then the options weren't grabbable in the first place. But being able to even just grab a medieval Gallantmon off of Davis is really strong. And then we do have none other than Dungeons Game Store, 16 players, first place DexDorugamon. So I figured it would be kind of cool to see where they're going with it. This is the black base version, so using the Kosuke, Marvin Jackson, and DexDoruga, just doing DexDoruga things. Being able to, you know, the option with forcing your opponent having to attack with your Daruga, and then going into Dorugray, and forcing them to attack, then you can kind of go into your Darugamon to kind of just delete something, or DexDoruga to kind of de-digivolve, because you're going to be blocking with one of your inheritables here. Yeah, the Kosuke or the Marvin or the AG will do some sort of block, which will allow you to answer the threat, because again, you're going to be bigger. And even in just going to DexDoruga off of the Dorugray, you're just in a good spot across the board. I think the deck has a lot of still strong footing that, again, with the right reps, can really go far. Now, again, that is the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.